Hello! Welcome guys back to the channel, Maverick here, ready for episode 4 of Assassin's Pride. Now normally this would be the point where I make my decision on whether or not to continue with the series or not. I typically do give it 3 or 4 episodes before making a decision. Right, now I'll be completely honest, I wasn't expecting that much coming into this series, and so far, especially with the first 2 episodes, I was not impressed at all. Particularly the dialogue, it's honestly pretty cringy to me, right? And the entire story setting as well. However, like I keep on saying, it does have some things going for it that does kind of intrigue me, right? I do like the overall sort of aesthetic it's going for. I do like how it has these sort of systems in place where it's sort of like a class system, but not really. I'm still waiting to learn more about it. And, you know, with the developments of last episode in regards to Kufa, it seems there might be a little bit more than just a fairly bland, comedy, fantasy, blah, blah, blah. Not comedy, sorry. Romance, fantasy, etc., as it is on the surface, right? So, we'll see. Let's just get into the episode and see what's going to happen. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Nope. Okay, flashback episode. This is the cousin, right? What's she called it? Elise? This would be Marita, right? So because they reconciled last episode, now suddenly, they've always been good or something like that. Aw. Well, now you can do it, because Marita has mana as well. Oh. Opening. Normally I would skip this. Now, you know what? Okay, I'll skip it. I mean, skip it in terms of video anyways. So, see you guys in a second. And back. I would still say the opening is one of the best things about this anime so far. The head maid? Ah, I thought she was her mom. Luna. Mm-hmm.
私のユニダメかな。わかってる。私とエリーじゃステータスに差がありすぎるし、実際でも、もしエリーと一緒に戦うことができたら素敵だなって。
I think she wants to join and follow you.
おはようメリダ。お
Oh,
はようネル。
hi.
リト。おはようございます、皆さん。エリー行こう。いよいよ今日より本年度ルナ・リュミエール選抜戦が開催されます。ご存知の通り、ルナ・リュミエール選抜戦は本学院の姉妹校である聖ドートリッシュ女学園との合同行事となります。両校を代表する候補生が月の女神ルナ・リュミエールの称号をかけて厳しい試練に挑みます。ルナ・リュミエール選抜戦。
Luna Lumi.
選ばれる生徒は2名ずつの計4名。さらに選抜戦が行われる1週間、外部との接触は全て遮断する。
Right, so Marita is going to be one of them, right? For some reason or the other.
これからの7日間、学内での振る舞い、試練へ向けての努力、その全てが審査の対象となります。
Is that the case?
試練での成績、そして皆さんによる投票、この結果、最も多くの得点を得た候補生こそが晴れてルナ・リュミエールの栄誉を得るのです。驚いたかい、サラシャ君。
Oh, here's the sister school, I guess.
このガラスの宮殿を守るワルキューレだよ。許可を得ぬ者の入殿は何人たりとも許されぬ。入殿を望むならば許可を受けし者の証を示すがよい。面白いだろう。
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
ヒーラ・エスパーダ。以下、聖ドートリッシュ女学園の一歩だ。許可は得ている。通してもらおう。どうやら許しが。さあ、友人たちをお迎えしましょう。
Okay, so I guess the headmaster has a sort of link with that.
やっぱりドートリッシュの候補生はキーラ様だわ。ドートリッシュのプリンス。お隣は誰？ 1 年生のようだけど。そういえば聞いたことがあるわ。すごい1年生がいるって。可愛らしい方ね。
Ah, and this is the one in the opening, so I assume she's part of the main character gang.
候補生を発表します。候補生は
Marita and Ellie.
候補生はメリダ・アンジェル、リーゼ・アンジェル。
Ha.
どうしてそんなはずが。表明は壇上へ。
Okay. I mean, I was expecting this, but let's see what actually happened.
これで両校の候補生が揃います。
It seems the headmaster herself was also surprised at this,
記念すべき第50回ルナ・リュミエール選抜
so it wasn't chosen by her.
グラスモンドパレスでの開催となります。試練は候補生をリーダーとする生徒3名によるユニット総当たりのバトルロイヤル。
Mm-hmm.
制限時間内に各々の胸につけたこの勲章をより多く奪取した者を勝利者とします。それでは早速試練を共にする2名の学友を指名してもらいましょう。メリダ・アンジェル、あなたから
Who is Merida actually going to choose?
共に戦う仲間は
Never? Nerive?
私です。
Yep.
もう一人は私に。解くけど、実は元ブルーメンを取ったんだ。ね、エリダさん。こ 生とユニットが揃いました。今この時より選抜戦の開始とします。さあ上。
No shit.
お嬢様、たとえ世界中が俺だけはあなたのだから信じて、俺があなたを。
This does kind of remind me of Harry Potter.
抜刀のタイミングが甘い。
ちょっとせめてこちらの武器をもっと軽くすることはできませんの？エリダに怪我でもされたら私たちが迷惑です。
ダメです。それでは緊張感がそがれる。120% できてようやく本番で使うことができるのです。
せめて少し休憩を。私からもお願いしますわ。
仕方ありませんね。お嬢様、しばし休憩です。
うん。
じゃあ、いいと対等に戦うなんてごきげんよう、エリダ・アンジェ。フリーデス・ウィーデン、無能さ。有名だもの。本家と分家、二人のアンジェル家のお嬢。その二人が候補生になるなんて、随分公爵家の正しい実であること、公に示すため、あなたは勝たなくては。エリーゼ。私はそんなつもり。力があるの。迷ってはダメよ。それを示してこそ、人はあなたを何かを成したけど、その力が自分にあると証明しなきゃ。
That is true.
応援しているわね、エリダち。
I guess she's part of some organization, and that organization is the one who switched to glass and whatnot.
今のせ
トートリッシュのお名前を聞きそびれてしまいました。
こんな夜更けに隠滅とはご苦労ですね。
Oh, she's the one who took it. Is that it?
何のこと？失礼。のこれはステンドグラスのカメラでしょうか。あなたとも随分不注意ですね。はずは今朝ちゃんと確認したはず。なるほど。すり替えたのは夕べでした。語るに落ち、このガラス片はあなたが壊したステンドグラスでは俺が用意しました。というわけです、お嬢様方。エリーゼお嬢様、私はただどうして？無論お嬢様のおためでございます。公の場で競い合えばいやおうなく、どちらにアンジェルの資格があるか分かろうというもの。
お嬢様たちを直接争わせるためにこんなことを。
その通りですわ。もう我慢ならないのですよ。この無能才女がエリーゼお嬢様と並び立つ。
Come on, you're a head maid. Know your place. This is the point where Elise should be the one who admonishes her. Why are you asking for her permission? She's a head maid! OMG.
それでこそ俺の生徒です。相手の隙をつ予想外の一撃を大変よくできました。一伝抜刀からの幅切りもこのくらい鮮やかに決められるといいな。おやすみな。
Ooh.
白き夜使い。一体何のつもり？
Yeah. Yeah, there's this guy as well.
やっぱりお前か。ブラックマディウ。
Hmm?
何をしに？
Gonna check on you.
私はありのままを報告したまで疑われるいわれはない。当然だ。ふざけるな。今の私はアンジェル家の使用人。その立場を危うくする行動はできない。させるか。今の私はお嬢様の勇者。その責務を果たす。
だと負けるってどういうこと？言った通りよ。天では有田に負け。そうすればオセローさん、リタの実力を認めざるを得ない。全然実力じゃない。
Why does this head maid have such power over this house?
しちゃったの。
ふざけるな。ロゼッティさん、
学院長たちには知らせてきたわ。
ここには来なくていいって言ったでしょ。
そういうわけにはいかないでしょ。そいつ何者？なんなのこいつ。まあいいわ。学園の治安を乱す者には退場を願いましょう。武器が2つ。
Ooh.
何よそれ。あんた何者？
遊びはそれまでだ。
Alright. Bye bye. Talk about an edgy character.
あれのクラスはグラウンド。フェンサー、グラディエーター、サムライ、メイデン、
Ah, here we go with the class system.
ブレイク。
She can be any of them?
7つのクラスすべてを魔法す。グランドール最強の道化師です。
私じゃ絶対に勝てないっていうの。勝てない。単語の視点で私。そうすればリタと私、ユニットが。
And of course, she's going to reject this. I'm gonna beat you by my own hands.
私のためにそうする。なすことはもうないわ。すみ。ねえリタ。ずっとリタの妹でいたいの。
Mm. I mean, that was fairly obvious why she wouldn't want to do that. But of course, later on, it's gonna turn into a situation where, no, I can't beat you like this. I'm gonna beat you fair and square. Alright, I'll see you guys after the ending. Alrighty, so that was Assassin's Pride episode 4, and it's time to make a decision, right? So, after thinking about it a little bit, I actually have decided that I will continue watching this, but, with a big but here, I'm not actually going to be watching this series in a serious manner. Now, what I mean by this is usually, especially for those of you who follow my channel a lot for a while now, you know, if you're familiar with my other work, you know that I tend to like to, especially in my review, my musings section, go more in depth into all the various different stuff that happens within the anime, right? It might be, I might go in depth to one particular mechanic, one particular storyline, one particular moralistic or philosophical point that it's trying to make, something of that sort, and sort of do a deep dive into that topic, right? Or I'll try to find some, maybe some references within the anime that might be a little bit more unknown. It might not have that big of an impact on the story, but I would think it's an interesting discussion point regardless. With this, however, so here's the thing. I'm just gonna come out and say it. The dialogue in this anime sucks, alright? I really don't like the dialogue here. And the story itself is super generic and it's very easily predicted, right? So, you know, basically, I could call everything that happened within this episode, except for the fact that the person who changed the stained glass was actually the headmate, because that made absolutely no sense at all to me, how she was able to do that. But whatever, right? Well, I guess if you really want to think about it, perhaps she has much bigger powers vested into her than just a mate, right? Considering she can actually talk back and dictate the actions of the future heirs of, you know, both the main family, the heir of the main family, and the heir of the branch family. I'm guessing that she's quite the big shot, right? So, well, whatever. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is the story itself isn't really anything to write home about. The dialogue is downright cringy in a lot of times, but still, you know, there's something about the way the whole thing comes together that still makes it quite interesting to me. And so I think for the most part, maybe I'll be watching it similar to like last episode, where I'll be roasting it. Not in a, you know, it's more like a ribbing in a good fun kind of way. It's not like I'm going to say, okay, this completely sucks, don't watch it. I do a similar thing for Mao Summer Retry during last season. You know, the animation with that was completely trashed here, but I enjoyed the original work, and I enjoyed Mouse Summer Retry for what it was, for what it's worth, right? So I feel like I'm going to do a similar thing here. Now, granted, the series seems to want to take itself seriously, and I'm just going to say it out right now, I'm not going to be able to take it seriously, right? There's too much stuff that's sort of cringy or doesn't make any sense to me that I can't do it like that. However, if I view it as more of a fun series where I can roast it and whatnot, I think I can gain quite a bit of enjoyment from this. So just a heads up for you guys who are going to be wanting to continue to watch this along with me. Right, and not to mention, there are still the things that initially attracted me into this series are still there, right? The entire aesthetic of the world building, and also the the class system, which we finally get a little bit more info here now, and really it's quite unique, right? You got samurais, you got gunners, and then you got paladins and clerics as well. It's like a mix of all these different cultures. So like I said, if you don't look at this seriously and instead view it as a sort of wacky anime, I feel like my enjoyment of the series goes up a lot higher. And at the very least, the pacing of this episode wasn't that bad at all, and the animation and the actual storyboarding of it was actually much better than last episode. Even though the twist at the end of last episode was still pretty appealing to me. And in this one, well, at least we got some more backstory, right? But honestly, like the entire story between Elise and Marita and whatnot, like, don't expect me to go in and think, oh, look at these two, they're so cute, or oh, it's so sad, she just wants her elder sister. Like, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. I can just say that out loud right now. I'll probably be roasting them in the future as well. But still, I'm going to try to make this into a series that's entertaining for me, which I feel like is the most important part, because nobody life is too short, right? Why would you want to watch an anime that doesn't appeal to you, right? And hopefully, if you guys have a sense of humor, you can roast the series along with me. And of course, all in good fun, right? All in good fun. So there we go. That's my review of episode 4 of Assassin's Pride. Next week, though, the episode will be delayed. I'm going to be on a business trip overseas, so the episode will probably be delayed by 3 or even up to a week, honestly, since I'm gone for an entire week, and I'll have a lot of series that I need to catch up at the end when I get back. So just a heads up for you guys, next episode will not be on time, but I will still try to get it out as soon as possible. So there we go. That's all for this episode. Let me know your thoughts, or if you really don't want me to do, this kind of thing, this kind of roasting thing, which personally I feel like would still make an entertaining kind of series. Let me know, or if you feel like this is the correct way to watch this series, let me know as well, right? And so there we go. See you guys next time. Bye bye.